Good morning, Why is it so? Oh, there we go. This is so. There's shadows here. Let me see if I can get rid of them. I'm on mute in spaces. Hold on. Isn't this weird? Is this a weird shadow? I think it's because the sun is reflecting that way. Nevertheless, here we are. Does this help? Look at this. I could have done this earlier. This is better, worse, the same. I guess that's better. Well, this is a terrible start. Sorry, everyone. I got this shadow on my face like I'm in a noir movie, but we're going to get through it. Good morning, everyone. Hello. Welcome to the program. It is indeed Sunday. This is the show. I will be making coffee. I'm in my underwear. We'll take a look at these. They have, how do I explain it? First of all, the name is Poppy for some reason, which makes me feel weird. It's very pompous. And they're black with orange stripes. And they're between a boxer and a brief, but they're not a boxer brief. Does that make any sense? I hope we're understanding. They're a little shorter than normal, but not quite the bikini cut. I can find tweets to share in your space. So that's weird. You can share this as everyone's waving. Hello, everyone. If you have not already, I would urge you, I would beseech you, it would behoove you to watch the latest Hey W with the dear, sweet, intelligent, somewhat professional Tony Schiavone. I had a swell time. We did it a while ago, and I went, oh, this was nice, and I had no idea. Go watch it. Go, because the announcers and stuff, they do not get the love. And I think they should get the love. I think the man should be celebrated, and you should put him on your shoulders. And I think if it turns out to be the most viewed one ever, it'll just skew the entire system, really. And I mean that in a good way. And people say, hey, maybe it is the announcer who people come to see after all. And he'll get paid more. If they should put out an action figure of him, I'm going to have to hang in there a little more before there's some sort of Hey W exclusive playset. But nevertheless, please go watch it. It's in the comments. It's everywhere you can possibly find it. He's so un-Italian for someone so Italian. Does that make sense? Or maybe I have a skewed. My thing is always in Canada, and tell me if I'm wrong, people who live in any country. In Canada, you can live like exactly how you lived in another country. So it's old women who come here from Italy, and they live pretty much undeterred and not disrupted as they would have lived in Italy, in these houses, and they have these communities. They do not have to speak any English. They keep everything the same. There's shops where they can buy all their old Italian shit. When you move to the States from another country, I believe there is some sort of, what is it, the melting pot versus the mosaic? There's a forced kind of assimilation where this is how you get the mid-Atlantic accent, is just American people trying to not sound like they're British or that they're hillbillies or something. So it's always weird, always obscures. This is my, it's not mine, but many people have said this. But anyway, maybe that's why he's so Italian on paper and not so much in the personality. I feel like if he was more Italian, professionally speaking, it would be difficult. If he was like, hey, Tony Schiavone, this does not fly. They would say, we don't want this person on the show. Let's talk to everyone. Ty says, good morning, RJ and chat. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day so far on my birthday. Wow, you really snuck that one in, Ty. RJ, how are you feeling? Ty, I'm feeling obligated because you said it's your birthday. So happy birthday. And you've been such a stalwart member of the community. I will offer you a free song, but don't make it fucking stupid. American Girl saying happy birthday to Ty. Sire wants to know where Anth is at. Good old Anth Schiavone. I think we need Tony Schiavone to make RJ coffee while both just wear underwear. I'm sure he wears maybe a Hugo Boss, an Alfred Sung. I'm sure Tony, I mean this is a compliment, Tony definitely wears underwear that is branded with the full name of a man. Kenneth Cole, Ralph Lauren, whatever it is, yeah. Sire said, are you using an Italian press or a French press? I am using a French press, and we will French press it momentarily. Everyone can take a little look at this thing, and we will be pressing it. Sire said, this picture is the first time I have seen you wear glasses with actual lenses in them. It's because I angled so there isn't a glare. I hate when there's a glare on glass. I'm not wearing them now. It'd be stupid and ridiculous. Amanda said, thank you. Gonna be a great morning. Or sure, I guess. Find that derogatory. Al said, good morning, friends. Christine said, good morning, RJ and chat. Hope everyone is doing well. Oh, God. I'm so far behind. I'm going to whip through this. Bear with me. Al said, Conrad Bain was a name I wasn't expecting to hear this morning. Well, I always expect it every morning. Sean has joined Welcome Key to the City. Welcome. Enjoy the fine exclusive videos and the Ask RJs and all the things of that nature. Thank you for joining. Mia said, morning, everyone. Shallow Insane said, greetings and salutations. JD said, good morning. Shanika said, good morning. Lake said, hey. Nick said, hello, RJ Scruffy. That's clever. Minicoletta said, good morning, RJ. Minicoletta was in Los Angeles at AEW, and she's like, oh my God, I'm going to see you. And I was like, no, I flew home like the day before. I was only there for Vegas. So if you go to the AEW shows and you wanted to see me, I don't know when I'll be there. So, yes, don't complain to me. Or maybe you don't want to see me and it works out. Nug is here and he says, oh, hi, all, as if he just walked in the room and there are a bunch of people here. And oh, hi. And oh, hi to you. Nails has been a member for 26 months. Holy shit. Where does the time go? They grow up so fast, these YouTube memberships. I've been committed to RJ longer than most things in my life. Did you get a divorce? Bravo on today's Hey W. Thank you. Mia said, kind of like Batman underwear. Yes, these are kind of like Batman underwear. Raymond said, good morning, RJ from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and the wind is sweeping through the plain. SM said, Ty's pick for her birthday. Yeah, well, I was going to give it to her for free, and then you threw in the money, so there we go. It all evens out. Queen said, good morning. Queen, let me tell you, first of all, are you doing church today at 12? Because that would be nice, number one. Number two, check your Twitter DMs because I sent you a wonderful video weeks ago now, and then you didn't answer, and I don't know if you have not seen it or you're upset at me. I got very paranoid, so go look. Al said, feud of the year, RJ City versus Las Vegas. I've escaped, and I'm back in Studio A. Rob said, RJ, can you come do this landscape work for me? I can prune. If you have like this, not the big scissors, the smaller ones, I'm very adept with. Vivian said, Schiavone's glee in being normal, then suddenly swearing is the best. I was taken aback by his foul mouth. And if you do not know why, please watch the episode. Shalom Insane said, one day you'll get Shalhoub and the world will rejoice. I just so badly want to hear Tony Shalhoub say, what am I doing here? Mia said, thank you for my Father's Day cameo. By the way, he's still not speaking to me. Mia was having a fight with her father, and she called me she got a cameo for me to, I guess, mediate. And reconciliations take time. Pam said, morning. Christine said, love the interview with Tone Schiavone. Doesn't that sound better? Aren't you like, hey, this guy should put out an album? Joe said, hello, RJ. I just saw the Tony interview earlier this morning, and it was spectacular. Thank you. Nail said, happy birthday, Ty. RJ, say something nice to Ty. I believe I already have. Sire said, Conrad Bain action figure. Enough with this Conrad Thompson. Rob said, we got the rugged, handsome facial stub back. Yeah, I'm back, and I'm a hardened individual. Lake said, an action figure set of Hey W would be so fun. I think it would be really cheap. It's just small paper and 2 chairs and a little sign. It can't be that much money. How much would the mold cost? American Girl said, the Tony interview was great. He seems like a real sweetheart. Also, RJ, my God, your arms look huge. It's a vanity project for me, and it's for that reason. Joe said, Noah, where's your arc? Good morning, everyone. Mia said, happy birthday, Ty. This is about you. Nail said, we could get an RJ figure if they've made announcers. You never know. Well, they've made, I believe, Excalibur. They've made Aubrey. They've made Tony. They've made Jim Ross. They've made Taz. Mine was so, just a khaki pants and a black shirt with these fake glasses. Not really toyetic, as those kids say. Joe said, what if RJ and Danhausen did show? Well, what if you looked at Danhausen's vlog he put up yesterday and it's me and him rambling for the first 5 minutes? What about that then? How would you feel in that instance? Pam is laughing. Rob said, happy Ty Day. Ty said, thank you, SM. Anything Spice Girls? You just walk in, I make you smile. It's cool, but you don't even know me. You taking each I run a mile, can't when you're always right behind me. And we know that you can go with some mother. Take or leave it or just don't even bother. Cut it across, it's just our face. Or will this be around forever? Don't you know it's going too fast? It's a good time for me to press. Thinking so high, you know it won't last. Don't you know? Can't you see? Slow it down when it's down. Better stop right now. Thank you very much. I need somebody with a human touch. Hey, you, always on the run. Gotta slow it down, baby. Gotta have some fun. And let me just skip to the bridge. You gotta keep it down, honey. Then you're back on the line. Cause I don't care about your money. Don't be wasting my time. You need less speed. Get out of my face. You gotta slow it down, baby. Just get out of my face. And then I'll do the Mel C. Stop right now. We wanna thank you. We wanna thank you. Stop right now. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That is so accurate for the speed I am doing in that. And I want you to appreciate that, Ty, for your birthday. Happy birthday to you. I hope everyone feels satisfied. I feel like I'm in the 4th grade. Sire said, will you restart your podcast? Probably not. If I have something and I want to dip in and is something warranted, maybe not. The whole reason I did the podcast in the first place was because some people from a large podcast organization, and I don't want to say the name, they were like, hey, we want to do one with you and we want, we'll be in touch. So I thought this would be a good way to practice. Not that I've never done a podcast before, but let me see if I can do it myself and, whatever. So that's what it became. It was a little practice, little secret thing. Only my members knew about it in the beginning. And then, of course, they never got back to me because whatever, that's their fucking problem. They can enjoy whoever the hell they have podcasts with now. And so then I was like, okay, I think, and then it started going. It was going for a little bit. We did a lot of fun episodes, and I was like, this is good. I got so much shit going on. So I want to focus. I want to blow up the things I have as opposed to just adding more and more things. You understand? Aaron said happy birthday, Ty. Pam said happy. Everyone's saying happy birthday, Ty. Rod said, where can I get some jupe? Tony Schiavone said Bobby Heenan smells like jupe. And that made me love it. Added a dimension to Bobby Heenan that wasn't there before. And that's sometimes I like to ask that. What did this person smell like? What did Stan Laurel smell like? And then you're like, then it paints this weird picture. And I'm sure you can still buy jupe. I did send it. There was a cologne allegedly that Jerry Lewis was so obsessed with. He was in Paris and he smelled it and he was like, get me the manufacturer. And he bought like 3,000 bottles and he smelled like that till the day he died. And allegedly he sprayed it on Sammy Davis Jr.'s deathbed. And it was Alfred Dunhill English. And I found the edition of the bottle and I sent it to David. And we haven't, we should do a seance. We have jackets and cologne. Joe said those old ladies bring in the good Nutella. Yes, they do. Well, they know how to smuggle it in. Phil said, hello, RJ. It was nice to bump into you and your pal outside the licensing expo at Mandalay Bay a week last Thursday. Phil Jones. I was trying to get into the licensing convention. I had no idea how. I asked, and they're like, no, you don't have a pass. You got to make it. And then I ran into this gentleman, Phil Jones. He introduced himself. He has wonderful UK Toys Instagram. And he was like, yeah, I just made a pass and I got in. I'm like, excuse me? He was like, yeah, I just my Instagram and toys and licensing. And I'm in. And he encouraged me to make a fake pass. And I did end up making one, Phil. And I did it too early in the morning because I had to, go to work after. And they weren't open yet. So I ended up giving my pass to someone else. I helped the community, the licensing community. Joe said, I watched your 20 TV show openers that didn't catch on, and it was spectacular. Joe, I've put out quite a few of those now. I should put them together in a playlist, and there will be more to come. So don't worry about that. Let me see. Let me go back. I've missed so many. Dear Lord. Spot Center said, Bob Denver was stuck on Gilligan's Island and went to the Love Boat. Now I wonder how many boat shows he's been on. He's dressed as a lady on Love Boat. Don't forget, I think it was Gilligan's Planet, but it was animated. Ty said, my request is sing any Spice Girl song. I did, and you should be happy with it. SM said, have you met a tiny someone yet? Is it like a gnome of some sort? Rob said, there's a coffee machine museum in Italy you can visit in person and virtually. I was going to share it with you on Twitter, but lost motivation somewhere between the URL and cutting and pasting. Please find the strength to do it. I would be interested. The last museum I was at in Italy was the Torture Museum. And they did, torture devices throughout history. And at some point, after like 50 years or so, they just got bored and came up with different shapes to shove up people's asses. There was like a whole room of it. Audrey is here and said hi. Spot Center said, what time of year does one prune a link tree? It's during Sweeps Week. Nick said, you're telling me AEW doesn't have an in-ring version of AEW at every show? I'm steering clear. Yeah, people want to hear me say Conrad Bain on a live mic. Joe D has joined Citizens United. Welcome and enjoy the free emojis at your back. SM said, did you get it? Oh, you're quoting me. Nell said, a live AEW at the fan events would be cool. It's been discussed, so if you want it, I guess tell more people. Minicoletta said, I complained that you weren't there my whole trip. I have to ask, what's your favorite thing to do on vacation? Eat new food, go look at stuff. I don't even like eating new food. I like just sitting and like looking. It's not very exciting. I like little town museums, the ones that you don't like aren't big touristy things. Like this is the town of Morgantown, West Virginia, that has its own museum. That I would be interested in going to. Blue Meanie is here and said, good morning, all. Good morning to you. This is lovely to see you and to hear from you. Blue Meanie continues to pop up absolutely everywhere. And if you want to crunch his bones, you can buy his bone crunching action figure. And you can listen to the Mind of Meanie podcast. I met the old co-host of it. And I have not met the new one. This is something to think about. This is like, when Imus or something would have a changeover and they wouldn't have the old guests back. Queen said, yes, we are doing church, which is at 12 p.m. on their Twitch, Church of Joshi. I'll probably stop by. I've been laying low on Twitter, so I'll check it out now. It's worth your time. How is Vegas? Last week, I did a whole coffee and underwear complaining about it. That's how Vegas was. Pam said, welcome. Everyone saying good morning to Meanie. Rob said, did you ever address how the AEW sign ended up in a random Vegas bar? Yeah, I tracked it down. There was a wonderful person who I will not name as of yet. I don't want to out her, who is in charge of the social media and things of that nature. When I was at FanFest, she was filming me talking to the Hardy Boys and the various fans and so forth. And she was, I guess, in charge of the sign. That's our smaller portable version of the sign. And I believe she had stopped off to get some tacos. And of course, it's very hard to eat tacos with a sign in your hand. So she had to put it down, and then immediately somebody took a picture of that. Rod wants to know where they can get some jupe. We're bringing back jupe, thanks to Tony. Amanda said, get with the major wrestling figure boys and get one made. They talked about it, and then Matt was like, oh, it's going to take so long. And then they'll pop out a different Mark Sterling one every week. Shallow Insane said they make a Chase figure with either the broken chair or glasses with new lenses that would be on eBay for $1,000. They certainly would be very rare. Luke said Taz would get lost very easily. I desperately want him on the show. Rob said, please excuse me if I should know this. Do you still wrestle? I certainly can. Will someone pay me enough money? I think is the question. Vivian said Danhausen is incorrect about Tootsie Rolls. I'll say. Nick said Nick is an AEW figure expert, self-proclaimed. Taz is on pre-order along with the other three commentators. Ringside exclusive RJ with AEW set would be the peak of my existence. But it also, to not be in the stores would be frustrating because I think my parents would consider that to be they don't care. Like a YouTube to them is not real TV. If they was walking through the airport and I was on, or in a waiting room at an orthodontist and I was on, then it'd be like, oh, like Celebrity Family Feud was like the peak for everyone. It wasn't me playing a game. Nell said, I know you're wearing your chauffeur outfit in Danhausen's vlog, but you do look very handsome in a shirt and tie. I get so hot and annoyed. By the way, I'm drinking a coffee that you may all be familiar with. It's called High Anxiety. Speaking of Minicoletta, she did this wonderful, beautiful design. You can buy it at rootlesscoffee.com. You can buy a bunch of Danhausen shit. He has more stuff than me. I guess he sells more than me, which is a shame because he's not really that deep. But if you like a dark nutty roast, as do I, and people in spaces can hear it, it sounds like good coffee. You can enjoy it. Rob said, sing some Metallica for me, please. Absolutely not. Ugh, wow. Queen said, wow, can't wait to see this clip of RJ singing Spice Girls in my algorithm tomorrow. Oh my God, this is how far back in the comments I am. Pam said, Danhausen was loving your tie. Neil said, Danhausen asking for people's clothes and shoes nightly is highly amusing. I don't think he has that big of a wardrobe. I think he's looking to expand. Shallowan said, Conrad Thompson trying to swoop in on you. Dawn said, Starbucks Schiavone is a vibe. Hey, W was a delight. Thank you. Neil said, Tony has sat next to Stroke Daddy on commentary. Feels like he smells amazing. Ricky did get very close to me, and it was after he wrestled, and he smelled wonderful. Joe said, I just became an RJ City channel member holder. You deserve it. Clap, 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 clap. I don't think that's the full chant, so sorry about that. Oh Lord, I'm getting. Oh, here we go. We're back on track. Joe said, in my house, we used to watch Lawrence Welk. Now we watch RJ City. Lawrence Welk is still on, by the way. I think it comes out at 7 p.m. Eastern on PBS. I plug him. He doesn't plug me because he's dead, but thank you. Spot Center said, remember when you spray painted Sammy Guevara's eyes? Yes, I did. Well, I don't until you said it. And I went, oh my God, what was I thinking? I was a real Wildman. I'm really into this facial hair, said Amanda. Sire said, give us some nuggets and tea on MJF. Michael J. Fox is a really, one of the great actors and humanitarians. And I'm a fan of him and a fan of his work. Almighty Scorpion, welcome to... Oh, you joined Citizens United. Welcome. Unite with everyone. Thank you for joining. If anyone wants to join, you can hit the join button on the bottom of the YouTube. Nails will show you around. Good luck with everything. John said, also bringing it back, I would love a Hey W figure set. I'm 37. Action figures are for adults now. They're not for kids. They're on their screens now. They all have iPads and they go from screen to screen. They're always plugged in, these kids. Adults have the toys, and that's pretty much it. So that's totally fine. Bassett said, hello from Pakistan, my naked friend. Loved the interview with Renee. I did an episode of Sessions. They're no longer oral sessions, although maybe they were, because we talked about some filthy sexual acronyms. But if you want to hear us talk about that or watch us talk about that and Bonnie Hunt, you can click on her stuff. It's fun. Spot Center said, in Bel Air, Ohio. Is that how you... That's not how you spell Bel Air. There's a plastic block museum, not Lego. Everything else. They had a wrestling show in a parking lot. Chest Flexor had toilet paper shoved in his mouth from a porta potty. It's just good, high-minded theater that only pro wrestling can provide. Andrea said, I went to a torture museum in Carcassonne, and there was a giant pyramid for sitting on, which still horrifies me. My favorite was they shove a stick up your ass, and the way they put it in, or the shape of the stick, it bypasses all your major organs and then goes out your mouth, and they stick it in the ground. So you're like this for apparently days, and you have to die of starvation because you're not dead. You're just impaled. Moving on, Lauren said, hey, RJ in chat, are you sure that wasn't a torture museum and not a sex shop? I'm not saying that people didn't enjoy parts of it. I'm just saying it was classified as torture. Queen said, have you been to the Museum of the Moving Image in New York City? They have a delightful Jim Henson exhibit. The last time I was there was years and years and years ago, and they did not have the exhibit then. However, I tried to go a couple of years ago, and I couldn't make it, or the train was too far. I had too much stuff to do, and it was really sad. And I want to make it because it's going to be very emotional. So maybe when I'm back, we can go. I also remember going to the Guggenheim when I was a child, and there was a looping video of two people making out with a hard-boiled egg in between them. And everyone went, they're really trying to appreciate it. The one I did enjoy, there was an exhibit in the Guggenheim, just a little room, and it was a guy who took pictures of himself naked, but like with his camera, like physically. He would be bending over and all that stuff. And all the photos were like strung from the ceiling. They would be hanging there. And I enjoyed it. M. Batur said, I love you, RJ and Meanie. Your work gives me life and laughs. So thank you. Well, you're welcome. Andrea said, I love that Hey W sign is attached to a hockey stick. That's the portable one, and it's also durable. Yolanda is here. Good morning to you. Rod said, did Redford J do all your stunts or just the major ones just when I needed them. I do all my own stunts except for when I don't want to. Rod is talking, of course, about old wrestling, and my stunt double is now apparently coming to his own. Please go support old wrestling. They're my favorite. Tom said, don't forget to like this video if you're enjoying the show. It might not be anyone. 76 people are watching, and 28 people have liked this. I got the message. Neil said, I keep meaning to ask, when were you last in the ring just to practice? A couple weeks ago. I don't really practice. I just kind of bounce a little and go, all right, I got it. Joe said, fairly positive you can get Jupe by the gallon at Family Dollar. It's next to the preferred stock. Run out now and get some Jupe, because me and Tony should have invested in Jupe if we had known how many people this would resonate with. We all want to smell like Bobby Heenan. Shalom Saint said, bring back the Van Velzen coffee. No, buy this one, enjoy it, and then there will be more weird special edition stuff to come. Andrew said, Tootsie Rolls used to be included in rations for the army because they tasted like chocolate but didn't melt. My grandfather always had Tootsie Rolls in his house. Reminds me of the war. Bassett said, I had no idea. Oh, Lord, I've lost my place. Oh, Lord, I'm gonna get back there. Bassett types fast. It's like the second. I had no idea Tony Schiavone had tattoos. The most interesting man of the history of our sport. He is very layered, like an alternative rock onion. Lake said, what does Ricky smell like? Just inspiration. You go, maybe I'm going to make my bed today if I take a whiff of him. Spot Center said, is David Naughton on the cover of that coffee? Making It was my favorite song. It's not. It's a whole licensing thing. Luke said, I feel that people are becoming members to mock the fact I can't figure out how now. And it's literally the one comment RJ didn't read. Oh, you can't, Luke, if you're on mobile, it doesn't work. But if you are on the desktop YouTube, there should be just a join button at the bottom. There should be one on mobile too, but sometimes it's not if it's not updated. There's just a join button. You also, if you go to my channel page, it should also be there. It's big join. It says join, not subscribe. You can subscribe, certainly, but also join. Shallow Insane said, Archie singing Spice Girls is an NFT now since everything is on the computers, and I'm so proud to ruin the environment with that. Almighty Scorpion said, can confirm toys are for adults. Danhausen and Ethan Page have dragged me into collecting. Guard said, you were great on Sessions. I, too, was curious why they dropped the oral, because all we did was speak. It's not like we danced. Bassett said, I love Michael J. Fox on Scrubs. He plays a doctor with OCD. What's your favorite cameo of his? He was good in Curb. I thought he reined it in. Shallow Insane said, I'm claiming it. No one else can have that clip. It's my NFT. Well, there you go. And it's now worth $20,000 until it's not. Claire said, I've been doing some catch up on your YouTube channel and loving your sitcom related stuff. Ever watch old British sitcoms? I'm Irish, but I grew up on them. They're classics. Yes, I have. I mean, I don't really need to mention Fawlty Towers, but in Canada, they used to play Keeping Up. They used to play Keeping Up Appearances. They still play Keeping Up Appearances, but what they used to play on the kids' channel at 1 o'clock in the morning was Are You Being Served? And that blew my mind. It was so incredibly strange as a child, and now I watch it and I go, oh, I understand it all. And then I don't even feel good about understanding it all. JD said, your appearance in the vlog made me a fan. Didn't get it in the beginning, but now definitely a fan. I get so many messages lately, or people will comment on things saying, I didn't understand him. Now I get it. And quite frankly, I've not changed one thing. So for anyone who didn't get it and now gets it, I would love to know why and what you think you get, because I don't get it. Mia said, I liked Michael J. Fox on The Good Fight, playing a lawyer. Well, that's nice. I haven't seen it, and I probably won't. JD said, hopefully more people give you a shot and see how entertaining you are. Rowdy Katie said, hi, all. I'm heading to New York City for a vacation tomorrow to see some Broadway. Anyone have favorite restaurants or cool stuff they like to do there? I've been to the main museums. Well, Might I suggest the Children's Whaling Museum in Cold Spring Harbor? It's on Long Island. It's a bit of a hike, but it's really worth it. My grandmother also took me to, and maybe this is in Brooklyn, the Tenement Museum. The immigrants came and oh, look at how small the apartments are. And they used to make ice, and they used to chip the ice into the shape of a nickel, and they would tie a string around the nickel or something and put it in the coin slot for a heat. It was really just about slumming it. It's interesting, not necessarily a feel good time, but you may enjoy it. John said, after the stream, I'm going straight to tweet at TonyCon and demand live AEW at fan events. Good luck with that. Susie has been a member for 7 months. Good morning and happy weekend. Good morning and well, that's half over. We're really wilding the hours here. I wouldn't get too excited. Mia said, speaking of playing a cameo on a TV show, which show would you choose? Would it be a drama or a comedy? Law and Order would be fun. It would be so fun. Really. Maybe I would be an out-of-town detective brought in for a special case and of zero help at all. Yeah, oh Lord, I'm so far back. Hang in there, everyone. Oh my God. I'm getting there. Amanda said, Redford J and Old Wrestling was the most amazing show. I need RJ Metropolis. Maybe one day, if you put a rose on his grave, he will come back. Nail said, give us a hint. Is Smart Mark on this season's Hey EW? My hint is no. Rod said, the hair flow on the high anxiety label is glorious, by the way. Minicoletta put me directly in the wind. John said, I Googled Jupe because of all this talk and knowing Heenan smells like it. I must say the packaging looks very 80s and very questionable, as was Bobby Heenan, and that was part of his charm. Spot Center said, some entertainers are coming back from canceling. A circle of local wrestlers wondering, is 8 months long enough? If you were a female working on the same show with him, you got a DM, even if hitched. I have no idea what that's referring to, but okay. Shallow Insane said, Heenan was very 80s and very well, yes, you got that. You got to that joke before me, and I apologize. Austin said, I can't stand Tootsie Rolls because they get stuck in my teeth real easily. That's why you should just suck on them. SM said, how many channel members are there now? Don't know. And I don't know how to find out. But everything is going up, and that is the delightful and important, wonderful thing. Austin said, I can't say we did this. SM said, how many channel members? I'm reading all these comments again. Almighty said, if you're on mobile, you should see a little dollar sign next to the chat field. Joining is in there. Oh, well, no wonder. Jesus. Khaled said, you will be watching Hell in a Cell tonight. Are you demanding that I do it? That is really pushy. The mobile has $1 on the right, but yes, okay, we're doing this. Nelly has figured it out. They've joined Citizens United. Nug said, predictions for hair versus hair. I wish it was a hair styling match as opposed to just cutting. I wish it was like the loser gets a bob. That's to me more than just being shaved bald. It was people, you were like, oh, this is going to be embarrassing. They get just bald and they look cool. I think loser gets a bob. Positively E said, the sessions. Yes, that's what they are. Sierra said, since you said so many things go about MJF, it made me think of a wrestler I once heard of named Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Have you ever heard of him? I'm familiar with his work. Day said, I didn't know this came in video form, but listening on Twitter the whole time. That's totally fine. Don't worry about that. It's to bring people here. And also, I don't know, sometimes people are driving. They don't want to listen to it. Amanda said, please sing Don't Fence Me In. Okay. All right. It's a great great song. I think it's Jim Croce, I believe, was Don't Fence Me In. I'm sitting, I'm sitting in my yard, my life is easy, and not very hard. I look around, at my beautiful grass, What's that foreman doing there? Doom, 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 with that businesswoman lass. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, what are you pulling out of your truck? Today's my day. It's just my luck. Why are you taking that wood from that bin? Please don't. Fence me in, you're fencing me in, and now I'm stuck. Can't go anywhere, can't make a buck. I'm stuck. I'm quite trapped in this song, I will say, makes me snap. Don't fence me in. Whatever you do, don't fence me in. This is your fence, too. Are you going to paint it or will you even finish it? No? Well, then I'll sit. That was Fence Me In by Jim Croce. And it's good. He was a everyman, kind of working guy, and working and enjoying in the grass. And then I think it was about industrialization. Nell said, "Nug, I think Jericho is losing because Ortiz's hair is amazing. You're just basing this on hair, and also you have to shave your head before I get." Oh God. Rob said, "Tenement Museum, Lower East Side by Katz's." Thank you, Rob. Ooh, it does a wonderful double-decker tour if you're interested. Deb said, "Katie, just walk around Central Park. So much cool stuff there. The castle and the obelisk are so cool." Beep Beep said, "Are you nervous?" Beep Boop said, "Are you nervous for tomorrow?" Well, if you tell me what tomorrow is, that'd be really helpful. Luke said, "Welcome." Oh, Luke joined Citizens United. Everyone's joined. This is so sweet and so nice and so delightful. Shalom Insane said, "I went to a storybook." I've lost my place. I went to a storybook. Oh my God. So far, it's because when you sing, I went to a storybook burlesque show in Coney Island last night. There's always something to do in New York City. Cassatelli is delicious. Michael J. Fox, Joan Jett, and Light of Day as brother and sister rockers. It's the greatest moment in the history of cinematic history. Everyone's welcoming Luke. Rob said Cold Spring Harbor is a bit of a schlep for Manhattan. Yeah, well, what are you going to do? Rent a car. Shalin said RJ City on Law and Order, but Mark Sterling is the lawyer. Neil said, "RJ, can you add black as an object for your babyface? Oh, as an option for your babyface phone case, the script one?" Yes, I will get on it. I heard she got a white one, and it's all discolored because you're doing filthy phone business, and it's all dirty now. Luke said, "Now I'm assuaged of guilt for pretending I was a member last week on Twitter to manipulate you." Bold move. JD said, "The it for me is that you're a smart guy who enjoys what he does and cares little about the noise." Thanks. Bassett said, "I'd love to do a cameo on something like House MD and play a patient who Googles everything." JD said, "I love people who just do what they do, like Ethan Danhausen and you." Well, we do a lot. Luke said, "Thanks, guys. Much love for the help." Thank you, everyone, for helping Luke. And Luke is a better person now because of it. American Girl has joined. Look, everyone's figuring it out. Welcome, American Girl. Enjoy the emojis at your back. Daydia said, "Why did you decide to give Orange Cassidy a lozenge out of everything you could have given him?" That's simply what was in my pocket at the time. Nail said, "Where's SM? Did he mention the baby? Did I miss it? Did SM have a baby?" Rob said, "How was working out at Venice Beach this week?" I left while I was in Vegas, so I missed the whole LA loop. So I didn't work out with anyone. Rod said, "If locked in a cell, what would be your personal hell?" A box set of According to Jim. Rowdy Katie said, "Holy crap, I love whales. I'm totally going to the whaling museum." It's I think a couple hours. Luke said, "See, I know how to do it the entire time, but you got extra members with this master class in acting. You're welcome. Thank you." Maria said, "RJ has mentioned bob haircuts multiple times in the past few weeks, and this place the past few years, really. I watch the show on my TV, but chat on my phone." That's, I think, the way to do it. Lake said, "How many languages do you speak?" One and a quarter. Amanda said, "I'm sitting in a diner alone with headphones on, and I'm cackling silently right now. People are looking. I love you." Oh, people talk in diners all the time. Spot Center said, "KSWA Pittsburgh, the King Dell Douglas lost his hair while the song Hair from the musical played for all to enjoy." Sounds like I booked that. Neil said, "I love you, RJ City." Thank you. Oh, Lord, I've lost my place again. Let me go back. Rob said, "Katie, the Whaling Museum is closed Monday to Wednesday, so keep that in mind." Yeah, Katie, look this up first. Don't just get to Times Square and say, "Where's the Whaling Museum?" It's the Children's Whaling Museum, by the way. It's too much for adults. Ken said, any remorse for abandoning Gregory Irons said he had to give up the ESW tag team titles? We died together. That's how life lived. David is here. Said, I'm nervous about tomorrow. Well, fuck it, so am I. Why is everyone nervous about tomorrow? Please tell me why. Aaron's a member for 26 months. Holy shit. Time does keep slipping into the future. They were right. Sometimes those songs, you hear them when you're a kid and they're stupid, and then you hear them on the radio when you're an adult and you go, I owe them an apology. They were correct. Spot Center wants to know if David's having a colonoscopy tomorrow. What's going on tomorrow? David has had a colonoscopy, and you should have one regularly. After a certain age, I don't quite have all the medical information. Shalom say you should add the neon blue and pink logo to your merch. I did have it, and then I retired it in favor of a baby face. SM said, WTF, I did not have a baby. Good. Congrats. Neil said, SM didn't have a baby. Your brother did. Oh, yes, he did. Thank you. I saw the baby. Didn't do too much with it. It was asleep and didn't bother it. It's happy. It's healthy. And most importantly, it's a baby. Guard Swan has been a member for 6 months, versioning a younger freshman member. Hi, RJ. Hi, Sylvia. Oh, keep being awesome. That's very sweet. Sire said, any thoughts on the Queen's Jubilee? I love how they're just like, you know what? Maybe it's time to do a show. She'll, really, as much honor as she has, zero shame to do that. They used to have like the Royal Variety performances, and they're all on YouTube. And there's one, and that might be all confused in my head. There's one where it's the Golden Girls, but instead of Betty White, it's Slappy White, I think. And they did it. They were all sitting around their kitchen table, but it's on stage in front of this giant audience of British people. And the timing is not the same because the audience laughs differently. It's weird. Nail said, happy cultiversary. Swan. Dawn said, Orange Cassidy honestly did not deserve the lozenge. Sent it sailing back through the air as a poetic act of disrespect. It was shameful behavior, quite frankly. Mia said, I have an interview Tuesday for a new position at work. Wish me luck. Okay. David said, hola. Knock him dead, Mia. And David will be getting his colonoscopy too. Luke said, you still refuse to do my bidding. I just want you to become the resident bully of Stokely Hathaway. You're so much more of a Cerbic than him, and he needs to know it constantly. I'm a Cerbic in my own lane here. I don't think there's a crossover at this juncture. I don't think it's the battle of the wits. I think we're okay here. Mia said, David, you will be okay. I'm taking medicine, so I won't have to have a colonoscopy. Well, that's good. Well, there's nothing wrong with having it. You should peek around. Everyone's saying good luck to Mia. Spot Center said, don't do the drives with Gregory Iron. At least check for a spare tire. Yeah, he's a harbinger of accidents. Amanda said, RJ needs to do a limited run of his retired shirts, please. Maybe. I don't know, said David, what's happening tomorrow, but I'm generally nervous about tomorrow. Well, fucking now, me too. Guard said, I'm taking a full week off of work for my colonoscopy. It's been 5 years since my Crohn's diagnosis. It's very manageable. I know many people who have it. Stay the course. And by course, I mean less inflammatory foods. Neil said, what the heck is happening tomorrow? That's what I would like to know. Bassett said, how many of you were friends with Dane Cook on MySpace? Not me. David said, if you can't control it, just go with it. Al said, babyface met a babyface. Austin said, I still can't believe that we lost Betty White months ago. I can. Shalom Insane said, I've noticed AW has been doing carpool karaoke. Why not just keep it in-house and have the roster singing in a car Thursday? Well, they did the shit. They were on the show. They were on, I think, 1 or 2 episodes of the show, Carpool Karaoke. It was a couple groups of singing, and I'm sure they got paid, and it was good publicity, and keeping it in-house would get them none of that, especially with me involved. Luke said, the Queen has no-showed every event so far, waiting for the Sean Ross sap on If It's Over, Money or Creative. Well, she showed up for Paddington. That bear takes no shit. Do you have unfinished business with Stokely? Yes, we do. We were supposed to have a big blow off at Zaxby's, and it never happened. It was a real shame. Ty said, I imagine RJ bursts into instant sweats when a baby is placed in his arms. Yeah, especially that small, and they don't, whatever. That's one you can't drop. Shalom Tain said, at my job, I received the tissue from colonoscopies amongst other surgeries. They just, as a gift. American Girl has a request. Could you possibly sing Can't Help Falling in Love? I need a Wild at Heart fix. I was just talking about that movie. Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? That's an odd rhyming. Would it be a sin? For I can't help falling in love with you. And then Tom Hanks is watching me. It goes surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things were meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole world too, for I can't help falling in love with you. See, he never went up, but I took a chance there. I took a big risk. Daya said, where did you get your fancy bedazzled taxi hat from Double or Nothing? I need it in my life for daily wear. On the internet, they're readily available. Joe said, my favorite memory as a teen was my buddy grabbing a live mic at a fair and belting out the Golden Girls theme. Best theme ever. And a fair? No music? It's not good. Positively E said, which ones can you drop? Which ones have you dropped? There's some babies that, like a toddler, can take a hit. Ty said, right? At what size can you drop them? This is it's a question for the pediatrician. Rob said, why did they not have you at AEW karaoke night in Vegas? They didn't invite me. Nobody wants to see him. They saw enough of me that week. They saw me in a car for 5 videos, and then I was on social media. It's enough. Pogo said one of Elvis's best songs. Don said, then Tom Hanks is watching me is a very good out of context quote I'll be using. Sire said, have you ever met RJ Farm? You think you're the first fucking person to make that joke? Yeah, that's what I thought. Sit down. Christine said, thank you for making me feel less grumpy and almost making me cry while singing that song. Well, you're emotionally unstable if that's doing that for you. But thank you for the lovely tribute. I appreciate your citrus. Andrea said, good luck. So Sierra, SM said, so Sierra, I hope your new coworkers are likable. Oh, yeah, she's starting a new job. That's important. It's great. Enjoy it. It's nervous. It's fun. And then it becomes normal and boring. Joe said, the music was playing in the background and liquor was involved. Okay. Austin said, I'm actually scared to hold babies. Weird, I know. I'll say. Luke said, good luck, So Sierra. If it's something you want to do, that feeling will pass and you'll crush it. If it's a job that you'll need to make ends meet, don't even panic. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. That's the real answer. Daya said, RJ just had pulp or no pulp moment with that RJ Farm joke. Nail said, giving that sit down immediately. Let me enjoy another sip of this coffee. And if you've just joined us, this is basically all I've been doing for the past 49 minutes. But I will also urge you to watch the latest AEW with Big Tone Schiavone. Christine said, emotional instability is one of my defining characteristics. That's they put that Christine. You ever see like they give it to kids, like what this name means when you first name a baby? It's like Christine, emotionally unstable. Mr. Havoc said, RJ, how do you take your coffee? Often black and bitter, and then of course sometimes it can be too bitter. Strong, robust, and nutty darkness. And then I'll put maybe 2 stevia in it. But the advantage, I mean, you say, how do you have it? I say black, but it's a cold brew. So it's sweeter and it's less acidic and it's fruitier too. And I think in a way that you would enjoy it. Sire said, is wrestling real or fake? The answer is aggressively both. Nail said, I can't believe it took until season 2 for you to try and throw shade at David. I don't think that's true. I feel that I must have done it in another episode before that. Now I got to go back. That's the 12 episode. We've been at 12 episodes in a row. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that weird? Where does the time go? Eli said, RJ, I think you should be the star of AEW's next musical segment. What are the chances that will happen? I'm going to say slim and or to none. Rob said, I give that sit down 4 out of 5 angry stuz. So Sierra said the right amount of bitter, just like RJ. Rowdy said, RJ's coffee is great over ice with a little bit of milk. Mia said, we have a coffee date one day. You will drink coffee. I'll drink whatever. Try a coffee. Dawn said, I actually just had Danhausen Coffeehausen this morning. Now I've got to get me some high anxiety. And the best part about it is you just go to the same website. Isn't that nice? Isn't that sweet and wonderful? Luke said, I forgot to ask, you left us on a tease last time. A side of was Andre the Giant hot? You had so many other ideas rejected by WWE. Gee, thank you. Unless you intend to adjust and use them again, can we hear them one day? Maybe. It's weird. I mean, a lot of stuff is very specific to them, and it would be weird to do it without their resources or getting their money. So there are plenty more ideas I have for AEW where I currently am, where things are going well and I'm actually getting things done. So I think that would be a safer bet. However, but when it comes to Andre, who knows? Isn't his estate, they can kind of do whatever they want because he was large and angry and nobody could tell him what to do. So who knows? Luke said, I literally just read this. Pam said, oh yeah, what the heck happened in Vegas and getting coffee? What the heck happened in Vegas and getting coffee? What? I put a whole video out. I was angry in Vegas and I was having coffee in my underwear and it did not go well. You can go back and watch it. Austin said, oh, and RJ, I'm thinking about working on the drawing of you that I told you about in a few weeks. And I would like to know how you want it to look like in detail. I say use your artistic intuition. Sire said, has Stu Hart ever tied you up? No. Rob said, I want Tony to get you on commentary. Me and Tony Schiavone or me and Taz. I'd like to commentate things that are not wrestling. Maybe just be setting up the ring. Just get there bright and early. Luke said, I'm excited for the future. I'm just a sucker for feeling like those game show contestants who have to sadly look at what they could have won. Well, you don't look. You focus on what you have. Don't worry about door number 3. You open door number 2, and you are going to enjoy that whisker. It's beautiful. It's titanium, and it's going to last. You're going to love it. Rob said, though Tone Schiavone said comedians shouldn't do commentary. So I guess I'm out. Austin said, cool. And when I get it done, I'll send it to you via Instagram. Thank you for telling me the mode of transportation. I appreciate it, Austin. Very sweet of you. Bro Girl said, woulda, shoulda, coulda. People love saying that. Bassett said, you should know Andre the Giant was Stephanie McMahon's best friend. I think they played hopscotch. Spot Center said, can you give the following commands to my dog? Okay. King, sit. Stay. Speak. Give me a paw. Drink more water. And scene. Good luck with that. I'm sure your dog will really, really respond. Sire said, give us an idea about what objects usually reside under the ring every wrestling show. Why do I have to tell you that? They pull them out almost every show. Yolanda said, I woke back up to say yes, always use their resources and money. Daya said, what is your favorite movie and why is it your favorite movie? I love The Three Amigos because there's music by Randy Newman. Maureen said, hi guys, RJ, your Hookhausen drive made me laugh so hard. Well, thank you. Luke said, that just confused my cat. Christine said, best request ever. Dawn said, I'd listen to a podcast with RJ, Tony Schiavone, and Taz talking about absolutely anything with no direction would be art. That was kind of like the interview you can watch right now. Queen said, I remember Tony Schiavone did a stand-up set at the first Starcast, and he just talked about his lackluster sex life with his wife. A real, 80s kind of comedian. Roll up the sleeves, brick wall, but solid, workmanlike. Nell said, that was awesome. Sire said, have you ever had color on purpose? Sometimes I will sit down with some pencil crayons. I used to dabble with pastels as a child, but ultimately now, with so much on the go, I find them too messy. Bassett said, I'd love to watch a wrestling show with Gil Faison and George St. Geegland on commentary. That would be a wonderful disaster. Queen said, it was very Andrew Dice Clay. I'm sure Tony went, oh, like that, right? Had the cigarette. Nursery rhymes with Tone Schiavone. Spot Center said, thank you. I hate when he eats a bowl of food and walks away. I tell him water aids the digestion process. Isn't that sweet and nice? I think that's adorable. Take another sip of this. I'm enjoying this coffee, but at a measured pace. That is good, fine stuff. Thank you all for ordering your cameos. There's a weird Father's Day sale, and then a bunch of people ordered them, and I had to yell at a bunch of people's fathers, which made me feel good. Sire said, did you meet Carrot Top in Vegas? No, but I saw his face a lot of different places, and it's affronting. It's a Big Brother vibe. Diadea said, is it not cold by now? It was cold to begin with because it's cold brew. I made this for you, those of you enough. There's so many new people here. This is cold brew. This is not hot coffee. I make it the night before. I let it sit for 12 to 24 hours. And then I will press it. And then, because it's hot. It's hot outside. It's hot in here. I need to stay refreshed. Nail said, did anyone go against your rule and use the sale for a non-father cameo? Yes. And then they tried to work in Father's Day. Like people, oh, he's also a father. Or I have a father. It's like, get the fuck out of here. It's stupid. So I yelled at them. Pogirl said, is Carrot Top still a thing? He is so a fucking thing in Vegas. Him and Terry Fader, who's the other Jeff Dunham. Rob said, we've been enjoying the canceled TV show intros of yesteryear. Thank you. There'll be more to come. I don't know when, but I have them listed, and I enjoy them too. Luke said, have you ever bladed on purpose? Meaning form a tag team with the Butcher. I've never teamed with the Butcher. I've tried to team with the Blade, and I wanted us to be called the City Parks Department, and he wouldn't go for it. Maureen said, is being called a strange cat a compliment or not? Well, when it comes from Arn Anderson, maybe. Sire wants to know which carrot face I saw. I saw the most recent one. Bassett said, I won't recommend yelling at Luke's father, though. That's not a good idea. Shallow said, I'm hoping my wife got me a cameo for Father's Day. Don't hold your breath. Dawn said, RJ, Big Brother Carrot Top as a concept is absolutely terrifying. Thinking that Carrot Top is always spying on our day-to-day lives, chilling, and he is, and he comments on them via wonderful objects. Vivian said, all this mentioning of Father's Day just made me panic Google when it was. It is June 19th. It's a Sunday. Diadea said, the City Parks Department is the best thing I've ever heard in my life. Nell said, I messaged you a reminder about the phone case. Thank you. Except please do it as soon as possible. Thank you. I will. Shalom said, RJ bladed on the video he and David Arquette did in the Bob Ross painting. There's a video of me and David painting, and it's so messy. Bassett said, Jeff Dunham is a big hit in Pakistan. Not even kidding. Does not surprise me. Babe, I mean, it's incredibly unusual, and I don't know why it's a thing, but it just somehow doesn't surprise me. Bay said, me and my wife have fallen in love with you, RJ. You're a comedic genius. Well, that is so sweet. And I hope that you're embracing her and telling her, you're closer together and you're going to work on things. You can make things better because of this bonding moment. Sire said, will you sign my Alex Reynolds trading card? You think you're the first fucking person to make that joke? Sit down. Ty said, have a great day, everyone. It's a wonderful day. Enjoy your Sunday. And more than that, it's also Ty's birthday. Enjoy it. Savor it. And may you flourish on this day as much as you did on the day of your birth. Diadea said, hearing all these variations of my name is killing me. I have tears. Rob said, what are your Sunday plans? I've done it. And in 40 seconds, I'll do less of it. Luke said, I've never actually watched a Star Wars film, and it's mostly residual anger over those childhood jibes. Claire said, I got myself an RJ cameo in April. I think it might have been a deal for Father's Day. I'm not a dad. I'm a terrible person. Still so worth it. Good luck. Rowdy said, happy birthday, Ty. Carrot Top with muscles is terrifying. It's giving off Piscopo vibes. Austin said happy Sunday and happy birthday, Chai. And yeah, show. What else? Homework for everyone. Watch the Tony Schiavone episode of Hey W. It's everywhere you can find my stuff. ProWrestlingTees.com/City. I have a Teespring store. You got to click around for that. Click on things, share things. Oh yeah, and buy this wonderful coffee. It is up. That is some nutty darkness, huh? Okay, let's get a final look at these poppy ones. These, oh Lord, it's too heavy. Oh, we got a good look there. Okay, I think we got the gist. This is too heavy for some reason. It's going to fall down. Until next time, Godspeed and God bless.